It's always a blessing to me whenever we meet. Let me thank each in a seat and everybody on their feet. See, we didn't think we'd be doing this back in 2003, but hey, here we are on live stream Podbean. Let's hit it off like 80s melodies from Aretha and Tina T. Talk about that RESPECT that allows one to listen and the others to speak. If we seek, we can find that pod poet that's inside. However, we should remember a poem doesn't have to rhyme. It can be a full page or just a few chat lines. You can be grown or a child. You or I may have the words the divine uses to save lives. But however you spend your time, right now, we are live. Welcome back to the PodPoets Lounge, spoken word and poetry game show, where we have fun celebrating poets. And I am your host and fellow poet, Naquel. Thank you for joining us for another episode. It is September 26, 2020, and we know it's been a crazy year, but tonight it's all about the vibe. We have two amazing artists present, dope poets. They appreciate words. They love having fun, so that means they're in the right place. And so are you. We have some fun trivia, always coming up with new categories. And if you have ideas for any categories, you can always email the podpoetslounge@gmail.com. So tonight, we're dishing up some poetry and spoken word. We're going to learn a bit about what makes these poets so dope. So that means come with an open mind, come to relax and stimulate your mind at the same time. And remember that last show's guests who I need you to follow. I am Kim B. Miller, Gemini Twin Sight, and the winner of last show, Kashima Amish. Check them out and see what they are doing. Kashima is going to be featured in Spilled Ink. That's where tonight's winner is going to be showcasing their writing. Spilled Ink is in the Ink magazine, the dopest online digital publication for art, poetry, and spoken word, and just poetry news and what's going on. Make sure you check them out. For the September issue, they actually featured in Spilled Ink yours truly, who was a guest here on a previous episode alongside Mama Miss, who was also a previous guest. Definitely doing their thing. We love the fact that we're able to utilize this platform as well as the Ink Magazine platform to showcase these artists and their talents in different ways. So that September issue also featured the multi-genius Moody Black and the literary godsend Langston Hughes. So check out the games that I've created for these different features on Instagram. There is Pod Poets Trivia that you can swipe over and check out. The link to the latest episode is always in the bio. And episode number 16, questions and answers from that game, are also posted. So if you played along and you didn't have the answers right away, you can check that out. You can always listen to the show wherever you get your podcast. And if you don't already do so, please go follow the Ink magazine so you can stay up to date, like I said, on the keenest look at spoken word and poetry and what's going on there. Once again, thank you for tuning in wherever and however you're listening to the program. We appreciate it. Please consider donating if you enjoy the show. And it's time to meet our artists. Yes, let's meet the very, very funny Meka J. Wood. She's in the building. Yes, give it up for Meka.
Hey. What's up?
And the brilliant brother, Words of Mensa, is here. What's going on, brother?
How you doing? I'm great. Happy to be here. Thank you. All blessings.
That's what's up, man. I'm also very, very thankful, very blessed that y'all took the time, that you accepted the invitation. It means so much. I haven't known you guys for a very long time, so it's really humbling that you would do that. I appreciate it. So the show is real simple. I kind of just want us to relax, kick back, and chill. How does that sound?
Sound good to me.
That's what's up. So one of the things that I like about this platform is that we bring poets together, sometimes for the first time. Um, some things have
Okay.
happened here that is really special. I I didn't plan it, but I'll see guests who came on this program as guests on each other's programs um, elsewhere, and they did not know each other until they came onto my show. And it's really cool to see stuff like that happening. Um,
That sounds dope.
yeah, did you know Words of Mensa and Words of Mensa? Did you know Mika?
No, not
I
at
have
all.
him on Instagram. I
You
tend to
do?
follow poets. Yeah, I tend to follow poets. Especially, I was in this poetry workshop with Poetics
Mhm.
You. So I think you were
Right.
in one of those.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
So
that I followed her once you announced that we would be doing the show together. At least I believe I did. I tried to at least do that, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great when we connect, and it's awesome that the platform allows for that. And part of that connecting is getting to know each other. So I enjoyed learning more about you all. Mika, you're a poet, host. You make people laugh, smile, and feel good. You are the entertainer, and you love what you do. You know, it really shows. Um, how are you doing today? How's your day going so far today?
today, oh,
I feel we
well,
got to take it one day at a
right
time sometimes.
now, yeah, right now, I'm chilling on a cut like a band aid, no neosporin. Uh, nah, but today was a good day. I'm not gonna lie. I had a full lazy
Yeah.
day.
All
I
right.
turned
Me
up
too.
last night, had a show, and then passed out all day today. It was beautiful.
That's what's up. I want you to please introduce yourself to everyone. Tell us a little bit about Mika J. And what's one of your favorite things about creating your art for people?
Ooh. Uh, so about me, I am from Queens, but I currently live in Brooklyn, and
Okay.
yeah, BK all day. And
Yeah.
what I love about creating
Yeah.
is allowing people to see my emotion, see what I'm feeling,
Okay.
and
Mm,
being able to relate to them, not knowing their story.
mm, okay. Similar to connecting for sure.
Yeah.
Um, that's dope. Uh, do you have a poem on your mind that you could share?
Ooh, okay, okay. So this one is kind of new. Well, you know what? Give me a topic. I could do sexy, I could do political, or I could just tell you who I am real quick.
All right. I guess anybody in the audience, anybody in the chat, because I usually let the poet off of what they're feeling. But if you're running the gamut right now, you're kind of like not sure.
Ah,
And she said,
all
"Tell us
right.
about you." You got that.
Okay, okay, all right. So this piece is called My Name
Thank you very
Is.
much for that, Shuja.
Thank you,
What's it called? I'm
Shuja.
sorry, I missed that.
It's called My Name Is.
Mm,
It's a fairly
all
new
right.
piece.
Mike is yours.
All right. I am the girl with the super black name. My parents had no thought about what the teachers would say each day that my name was called for attendance. They had no idea of the amount of misguided attention that would be paid to something that they dawned me with, all while having such good intentions. My mama, she thought it was pretty. And my daddy, well, he knew it had a meaning. And so they gave it to me with such a joyous feeling. And I'm telling you, my mama was beaming all about her mini me. And she was so happy that she couldn't see the name that she had placed upon me had created its own corporate ceiling, causing me to spend my life unintentionally peeling back the layers of stereotypes that were placed on me at birth. They had no clue of the deep seated racism that would unearth each time my name was called first. And of course, it was then misread, mispronounced, misspelled, and then missaid by some prick who just said Mackenzie or Swarovski or Guggenheim or Goldenblatt. But my seven letters that paid homage to the city of Mecca made you stumble up
Mm.
so hard that you tripped up and said what your head really said, which was insert first name Black Girls, last name J Woods. But aloud, what you really read was Shamiqua or Shalamiqua or Sacagawea or Chiquita, none of which are my name. So let me spell it out for you, for those who haven't gotten it yet. My name is Shamika. S for the sands of the Saudi Arabian shore. H for the hands that poured a lot of love into my heart. M for the many slaves that carried my name before me. E for the effervescent sound I hear each time it's said perfectly. K for the Kaaba in which all prayers are directed to. A for the absolute shame you should feel the next time you mess up my name. I am Shamika. Mika J. Woods, only if you know
Mm.
me.
In peace.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
Loved it.
you.
That was dope. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank
Really
you.
hitting on some stuff there. Sounds very, very personal for sure. That
It
would
definitely
tell me a little bit about who you are. Yeah, yeah.
is.
Yeah, and they loved it in the chat as well. Dope piece.
Thank you, guys.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you.
You very, very welcome. And she got more for us, so stick around. But our brother right here, the words of Mensa. I was so delighted to just get to know your work. I think you spit hot lava. I don't know if that's cliche or if that's what the
Ah,
hip thing is to say nowadays, but
yeah.
I think your work really is potent. You've been described as an eye opening spoken word artist with no reservations about topics to touch on, even if they sometimes push buttons. Let me repeat it again. I'm really humbled, bro, that you accepted my invitation. Thank you.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem, man. No
yeah,
problem.
man.
Happy to be here.
I respect. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. My big
Yeah.
brother is in town from Georgia, so I'm spending time with
Nice.
him. Everything is
Always a good
everything.
thing there. Yeah,
Yes.
that is peace. Please introduce yourself to the listeners. Tell us about words. And what's one of your favorite things about expressing your artistry for others?
Yes, yes. So my name is Words of Mensa. I am from Virginia, 757 Newport News, if anybody know what that is.
Yeah, yeah. They out
Born and
there, they know.
That's where my
blessed.
mama from.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Uh,
that's
Small
born and
world.
raised. Been all over the country, really. From North Carolina to Ohio to Maryland. Performed in many
Nice.
places, and I think the best thing about creativity is that at least with me, in spoken word, is that it's one of the last art forms that's kind of is not compromised, if I should say
Mm,
that. Like music, it's easy to say, and you may have noticed this as well. I get a different response when I say I'm a rapper versus I'm a
mm,
poet.
yeah,
And it's because even with everything that I want to say, all the knowledge that I have, frustration, anything, even with
yeah.
music, there's a certain line that you can't cross, at least if you want to be mainstream, I would say. And
Mm-hmm.
poetry is one of those last places where you can say and you can feel, can express just about anything you want. Not everybody's gonna like it, but it's that place where that's what it's meant for. And I like that fact. We don't have too many raw, unedited, unfiltered, unapologetically black art forms. Are just art forms in general. We can just be that, and it's actually spoken. It's not something that you have
Yeah.
to just look at and kind of make your own thing. Like we're actually saying it, and you can take it how you want at that point. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I like about it.
No doubt. Appreciate that insight. I think that perspective is always so something to treasure. You know, people who have a certain kind of connection to what they do, and they over time develop a masterful way of a unique relationship with it, and you exude a lot of respect for the art form. Um, we haven't gotten into however you found spoken word or how you came across it, but you seem to hold it in very high regard. Um, and as a platform where we have fun celebrating poets, that's we appreciate that. I personally, as a fellow poet, appreciate that
Thank
uh,
you, thank you.
very
Definitely
much.
appreciate it.
It lets us know our words matter, for sure. No doubt, man. So please, if you have something on your mind, if you got a piece, can you share with us?
Yes, yes, I can. I'll kind of piggyback off Mika, and I will.
Mm.
It's not who am I, but so I kind of give you a rundown. So there was a point in
Okay.
time in my life where I was definitely getting bullied. Didn't really
Okay.
get a lot of love by the ladies and stuff. Still wear glasses, but I was a little chubby, had braces. Just
Hmm.
wasn't the most attractive dude until I got to late high school, college. Around that time, got my braces off and
Oh,
everything.
I
I
was about to
got
say, because
slimmed
you cute
down.
now.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Look, let me find
I
out
think
those
they appreciate that.
stereotypes.
I'm just saying, Virginia ain't that far.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to connect. I'll slide in the DMs.
Something's happening. Something's happening.
But this is kind of dedicated to around the time where I started, feeling myself. And so it's
Gotcha.
called I Am the Shit. And it goes like,
Okay.
I am the shit. Yes, that corn, celery, lima bean mixture. No, you can't stop the funk on a funkified nigga. I am the shit. Believe me, baby, I come from a long line of kings, and don't get it twisted. Dark skin has always been in. I'm talking that brown, ruddy, muddy red, flooded in mine gold. You smell me, baby? I mean, when I walk, the world watches, yet never in my time watches. They don't tick, 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 tick unless I'm ready to talk. And the waving of my hands create Red Sea partitions, whether separating through crowds or moving from your left leg to your right. I mean, really, baby, I will transform you. I will wax that bumblebee until it is Optimus Prime rib, and then lick you until you as spotless as my bib. And if you catch my drift, then catch my drip, but don't let it drop. I am the shit. I mean, you step 1 foot into me, hell. Even Christopher Cologne couldn't stare my cologne. The president stayed jealous of my president, holding the fruit juices of the world in my
Mm.
afro curl. Check my smile, bright enough for you to follow me on any. Sorry about that, yo. My
Side,
bad.
side, side. Come on.
Check my smile, enough for you to follow me on any sundial plane. I run past boundaries like unexpected Nile rains, and when shit gets dry, I spit and create oasis. The
Mm.
nappy headed storyteller of the tribe, in the middle of the powwow, surrounded by nappy heads. They can't feel this rhythm. They can't dig my jazzy tune. Stiff necks and crooked backs. I am the shit. They can't stay diarrhea loose like me. They came up from the deuce, and I'm still number one. Still black. Still aboriginal. Still beautiful. Broad nose. Negro lips. A white bitch can't get none of this Negro dick. She wants to be dubbed by the Black Knight, but my knight in shining armor is the indigenous earth mother, soul
Mm.
brother. More flavors than 32 ice creams or a magazine ran by Queen Latifah. Smoother than a new car dash or a newborn's ass. I am the shit, so please stay off my fucking grass.
Hey,
Whew.
nigga, let
That's an
me need a
old one.
tissue.
I had to remember that one. I
Killed it.
appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, that was great. Thank you.
Oh my God, let me
Great.
be the tissue since you the shit.
That was good. That was good.
Oh man, for real, that was dope. I love the creativity and the play. And it's funny too because earlier I was gonna ask you if you're sensitive about your shit. Um,
I am. I definitely am. But that's part of the
we all are.
game.
Exactly, yeah, it's part of the game. But that was awesome, man. That was great. Thank you both so very much. That was lovely. Appreciate it. And you guys know there's more to come.
Right.
From these amazing artists. So yeah, that's definitely a nice introduction. So we can get right into our game. It's about that time.
Oh,
Yeah, it
Uh-oh.
is.
I like you words, but I might have to spank that
I
ass.
was
So.
gonna spank it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Pod Poets Lounge. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook and listen wherever you get your podcast. We are chilling live with these dope poets, Words of Mensa and Meka J. Woods. And again, thank you for chilling. It's time. It is game time. Pod Poets Trivia time. So let me quickly explain the game. So there are five categories to choose from. Tonight's categories are movie. I think they're in the description. The movie is Patterson 2016 film. The Stuff folder is back. IG Poet is back. Word Whiz. I'm starting to really like Word Whiz. International. And this category, Poets Just Scrambling. I'm thinking we might have to get into that category if this game ends up being really close towards the end. I like that to separate poets that try to make my show go well over 2 hours. That's kind of how I get at them. Um, I learned from them. I learned Figaro. I learned theme. I learned poetics. I learned. Y'all not gonna do it to me again. Okay, so it is 1 point for each correct answer. You guys are going to pick the category. I'm going to read and share the question in the chat. And if I remember, I'll just start the timer. Maybe 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Depends on the question. So the first round is going to be all group questions. So it's even though Meka might pick the category, the question is for both of you. And you could just tell me your answer. Good so far?
Yep,
Okay.
sounds good.
Words, you good on the
Yep,
explanation? Okay. And then lastly, some questions might be multiple choice, and then some could be true or false. So if we're good on that, let's start with this little test question real quick. Yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to put the question in the chat. Can you guys see that in the chat? The question is, how do
Yes.
you get a squirrel to like you? And I'm asking this question because it's important to know. How do you get a squirrel to like you? I've got squirrels, but they run. I try to get near them and they're gone. How? So these are the choices. Do you A,
Oh
sing
man, I put my thing in the
Chip
chat.
and Dale Rescue Rangers? Or is it B, do you feed them food they probably shouldn't be eating, right? Let's think about what we're doing.
Yo.
Or is it C, this question assumes a lot about what the squirrel wants. I'm not sure that's a viable answer. You might be able to eliminate C. And then D, you act like a nut. I'm going to need an answer from our
Ooh.
poets. What are you thinking?
Ladies first.
Honestly, before you said the C wasn't viable, I was going with C. Like, why? Who are we to assume that the squirrel wants to like us?
I also thought it was a nice answer. Yes. But,
Yeah, like the squirrels have feelings.
but there is a
Hashtag
correct
squirrel
answer to
lives
this.
matter. All right, so.
What did you
So squirrels are only supposed to eat nuts? Damn. I guess act like a nut.
Okay, we've got D for Meka J.
Yes, I was gonna go with D because I already said give them these nuts, so kind of already goes around with my first my first sentence. So
Well, you are both correct.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Nicely done. All right. Are you feeling warmed up?
I'm feeling warmed up.
I'm feeling warmed up.
Okay, great. I think those that are tuning in are feeling warmed up as well and ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, remember you can call into the program if you have questions for our guests. Going to turn on the the guests call in the second round. And again, I just want to share this email again. If you have any questions, if you want to get in touch, you can email the podpoetslounge@gmail.com or send me a message directly using Instagram. You can do that too. So
Ooh, it's going down in the DM.
slide. All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna have you, Meka, start it off for us and select a category.
All right, so I'm gonna get this right out of here. We're gonna do the movie because, yeah, I think
Oh,
that's gonna be tough for the both of us.
Yes,
So
okay.
yes, it
let's
is.
start off with that.
Okay. So let's do that. I appreciate that. Patterson is a film about a poet who lives in Patterson, New Jersey, and A, dreams of making it big on IG Live open mics, or B, is also a city bus driver, or C, is a city school teacher, or D, a struggling drummer. What
I
are
want
your
to.
thoughts? Go ahead. What do you say?
I answer the last one first. You answer first. This one first. Mental.
All right, I'm gonna go with. See, I haven't seen the movie, but you said Patterson, New Jersey. It already seems like one of those struggling movies, in a city. Some stuff is going
Mm,
on,
okay.
and it could either be between a teacher or a bus driver. And I'm gonna
Okay.
just go with. Uh, I'm gonna go with the bus driver. It's probably the teacher, but I'm gonna go with the bus driver.
Okay. So he's locking in B. And how about you, Mika?
I'm gonna lock in with B. I'm gonna lock in with B.
Okay. So we are both locking in with B, and you are correct. Yes.
Oh, thank God.
We're starting
See,
strong.
I fake saw the movie. I fake saw it. I didn't watch it. It was boring, but I fake saw it.
Those deduction skills, though. Whew, masterful. Okay.
Yeah.
Words. Can you please select the category for us?
Yes, I can. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the stuff folder.
Mm.
You got it. Okay. During the film trailer for the film Black Is, Black Ain't, Marlon Briggs can be seen being interviewed from his hospital bed talking about diversity in Black music. And he mentions all of the following forms of music, except which
Shit.
one?
Ooh.
I'll repeat it again. During the film trailer for Black Is, Black Ain't, Marlon Briggs can be seen being interviewed from his hospital bed talking about diversity in Black music, and he mentions all of the following except what? You have 30 seconds.
Shit. Well, who the hell is Marlon Briggs?
Google's about to be my friend.
Damn it. I'm gonna just answer because
Go
I got
ahead.
hope and Jesus on my side. D.
All right, we got D from Mika. And what do you think,
Um,
Brooke?
hmm. I don't. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say D too because out of all those, even though D is probably it too, I'm gonna say D. Or
Yeah,
D.
because like everything else didn't seem like black music. I mean,
Right,
everything else seemed like opera. I know
Okay.
some black opera singers, but I don't know. You
right.
know,
Jazz, you definitely like that's us. Rap is us. Reggae is
yeah.
us. So it's
Like
opera.
last black opera singer that I from historically that I knew of is like Marian Anderson.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
That's about
All
it.
right, so we're locked in on D for both of you. Okay, I see the deduction. Unfortunately, this is not D. This one is C.
Reggae.
What?
Did not mention reggae during that
What?
interview.
He said
Wow.
opera though? Now I
Yeah, a
gotta
little
go
bit.
back and look up black opera.
That's crazy.
I might
All
hit a
right,
little
Right.
I think Mika is up. Category, please.
Shit. Um,
You sound stressed already.
I am international. International.
All right, that's a good one. This is hot off the press. Okay, so this is a little bit of a lengthy question. It involves you telling us, finishing the line. So this category, it's new. So it's songwriters, poets, spoken word artists that are outside of the United States. And this first question comes to us. It's got this is actually for both of you still, and it's got three choices, not four. So finish this Fela Kuti line from the song International Teef Teef or ITT.
Mm.
He says, I read about one of them inside book like that. Them call him name na ITT. Did he then say A, them go they cause confusion? Or B, Pondilo, if you call I go come deliver? Or C, them go they cause inflation? Which of
Mm.
these lines finishes this part of the song by Fela Kuti? The song is International Teef Teef. You have, I want to give you 60 seconds.
60?
Yeah.
Shit. Ah.
Is that too generous? It might be.
Nah. So
Yes. Nah.
initially, I want to go with B because of the way you sang it. Like, I feel like that Pondilo, if you call, I go deliver.
Right,
Like, I was
right.
ready with it.
I was
Like,
thinking
that
that
sound
All right,
like
I'm
too.
gonna start the timer for y'all then. Go ahead.
shit.
60 seconds.
International Teef.
International Teeth Teeth. ITT. I read about one of them inside a book like that. Them call him name na ITT. Them go
Hmm.
they cause confusion.
Ah.
Them go they
All right.
cause.
So I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna stick with B.
Okay.
um,
And words.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the cause confusion. I'm gonna go with A.
You're gonna go with A. Okay.
Yes.
A it is.
Oh. See,
Got
why
that
you have to
correct.
sing B? You threw me off.
He did that on purpose. I don't know.
Yeah, like I was like,
I
the way you sing
definitely
it.
didn't mean to throw anyone off. I just sing poorly. I
Mm.
actually meant to read each one of those. Did you hear singing? Oh man, see, that's what happens when I try to do these things. Um, you are up. Words category.
Okay.
You got one up on me. It's all right.
Yep. I'm gonna
Just one
still.
though. It's a close game.
Well, since I'm ahead, I'm gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna do the stuff folder.
Okay, you got it. You've got to tell us who said this line.
Mm.
They said, "quote I lost myself in hugs that were designed to make me feel like I was more than rugs beneath his feet. This is what I call consensual defeat." Who said this? Was it A, Caramel Poet? Was it B, Mama Mist? Was it C, Maya underscore writes? Or was it D, Steffortlessly? I lost myself.
This sounds like I'm gonna go with mm, I'm gonna go with ooh, it's between B and C, and I don't know which one to say. I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with
Okay,
B.
got B from him.
Yeah, I was super picking B. I'm like, this definitely sound like some Mama Miss shit. She get real
Yeah,
nasty and gutter with it. Like I love her, and I just feel like it's that like I was more than rugs beneath his feet. Like
Okay, so you're also going with B?
yeah,
Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, all right. Unfortunately, this
Oh,
damn.
one was from Steffortlessly.
oh
Oh.
man. As long as it wasn't C, I thought it. I was like, man, I should have picked C.
Um,
Okay.
let me have Mika. You are up. Oh no,
E-
actually, yeah, you are up, right? Okay.
yes. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with Word Whiz.
Okay. First time for the night. Word Whiz is a mix of poetry, writing, and spoken word terms, lingo, vocabulary, or literary devices, etc. So we'll start it off with the definition for uh, this word is three related paintings. What do you call three related paintings? Is it A, a trip thing, B, a triptych, C, a trichromatic, or D, trihedral?
I want to go with C.
Okay.
Although that sounds more like color. I hope he ain't Googling over there. I felt it.
Are you?
I felt it.
All right.
I felt it.
30 seconds on the clock. I might
Nah.
get the timer.
I ain't saying nothing, yo.
Don't be Googling, bro.
No Googling. No Googling.
No Google.
Off the top of the dome. Off the top. All right.
I'm gonna
guys
go
have-
with D. I'll
Okay.
go with D.
Okay. Trihedral. Okay. And Meka, did you?
Shit. Triptych? Triptych.
You didn't want to go with triptych? That's what you're going with?
Yeah, because I feel like C is like a rainbow with some shit that I'm
Well,
gonna just
you
fuck
are
it up.
correct. It is triptych. B is the correct answer.
I'm a savage.
I had
Classic,
mercy.
bougie, bitch.
Oh man.
And it is tied up
Ooh.
after all that excitement.
Them apples.
All right. Words. It's your turn. Category, please, sir.
All right. Yep. Well, I'm gonna switch it up. We gonna go with let's do something that we really have we done all of them?
No.
No.
Okay. Have we done word scramble? Can we do word scramble? Scramble of words?
We did not do it. But you know what? I'm gonna reach for it. Let's see how this goes. So the idea behind this game is you're gonna create as many words as you can based on the criteria that I give you. So I'm gonna give you a word, and I need you to, let's say, create as many 3-letter words as you can.
Okay.
Out of the word that I give you. And the way it's gonna work is I'm gonna give you 15 seconds to look at the word when I send it in the chat, to think about the word, the words that you can start creating. So 15 seconds, it's going to hang out there in the chat. And then I'm going to start the timer for 60 seconds. And that 60 seconds is when you're going to be typing the different words that you're thinking of, but don't send it. Just start typing it. You have 60 seconds to do as many as you can. And just put like a space or something between the words, or comma or something.
Right.
And at the end of the 60 seconds, then you're going to hit send. And we're going to see how many
This
correct.
sounds like a game ender. Damn. Okay.
Words.
It's kind of thorough. So we're going to do this just to end this round. And then we'll get to know y'all a little bit better and hear some more y'all your heart. So let me find a word for you. Okay.
Don't put up there no supercalifragilistic or something, like.
See,
Or
now,
matter of fact, do
happened?
put a word like that so I can get a lot of words from there.
I was just gonna say I was always very stubborn. So when I was told not to do something, that's the very first thing I thought about doing. Wow. So here we go. I'm gonna give you this word because I think it's got some good words that you can create from it. The word is poetry. All right.
And it has to be how many letters?
I'm gonna want you to create as many 4-letter words as you can
4-letter words
out of the word poetry. And I'm gonna start the 15 seconds here for you to look at it. Just look at it and think. And then I'm gonna start the 60 seconds for you to start typing. Okay. Our fingers ready? Thumbs are ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. 60 seconds on the clock. as many four-letter words that you can create using the letters from the word poetry. You got plenty of time. 40 seconds remaining. 40 seconds debating, claiming time as my own, trying to condone the loss of it. It's rough. It's tough. Because you can't buy time, or can you? In rhyme, deny you your line by line in rhyme, rhymes and lines. Salt on
What,
time.
Steve?
You have 5 seconds.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
All right. All right. Time is up. You can hit the send, and we'll tally it up. We'll see what you got.
She got more than me.
All right.
Oh.
So
She got
Mika did
more
get
than me.
poet. That is one. Yep. She did get poet. Yep. That is one. She did get pour. That's a tiny hole for liquid to pass through. She got tore, which
Why
is a
can't I
tear
think of type?
or ripper. And she got rope. Yep. And type.
She got
All
everything that
six.
I got plus more. Yep.
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 So she got 6. That puts her at 8. And you got 4. Puts you at 6.
Yep.
Very, very close game, I think.
That is excellent.
Here's what I do know.
Who run the
The
world,
both of you
girls?
came to play today. The both of you
Yes.
came to play. Without question, without question. All right, so it's about time to get back into a little bit of conversation because again, uh, really enjoyed learning about you both. Extremely talented. Meka, you've been doing what you do for quite a long time, and I think about your pen game, and then I think about I'm like her stage game. I'm like, I wonder which one kind of tugs at her more. So that was swirling in my mind a little bit. So if I could ask, which is it for you? Would you say?
Ooh, for me, it's the stage. It
Okay.
is being on stage, being in front of a crowd, feeling the reactions, feeling my poetry change the emotion in a
Mm,
room.
mm,
That
mm,
right
mm.
there,
Yeah.
ooh, buddy. Like I can literally make you change your thought process through
Mm.
poetry, because you could be thinking about bills and then I get up there and say something real gutter disgustingly nasty, and then you're sitting there like, you know what, let me make a phone call before I get home.
Absolutely, that's the power. That's definitely the power in words. Yo, speaking of words, have you ever experienced that, like that same kind of, I guess, feeling where you can sometimes sense a shift or feel how the room is reacting, like a collective feel
Abs-
vibe to what you're saying sometimes?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
And it is a good feeling. It is a good
Mm,
feeling.
indeed. Now, Meka, we met at the DTF radio station in Brooklyn at the
Yes,
From the Heart of a Poet show hosted by Kashima Amish. Amazing sister doing her thing, shining
that's
so
my boo
brightly
Cash. Yes.
for real. We talked a little bit at that time about your show, and then we got the idea to invite you here. Can you tell us about your show called The Hungry Poets?
The Hungry Poets TV. Yes. So, The Hungry Poets TV, let me tell you about the name.
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
my take on poetry's version of the starving artist.
Okay.
Because we are all
Okay.
starving artists at the end of the day. So, we are hungry poets, are we not? We all love to eat. And
Hmm.
because of when we started it, I started doing a lot of virtual concerts. It started during
Hmm.
quarantine, but once
Hmm.
quarantine is over, we'll get back into the kitchen and it will be
Right.
a cooking show and a poetry show tied
Mm.
into one, where I have chefs come in and teach poets very, very
That sounds
cost
dope.
effective meals. because I'm cheap like a Jew. So it's going to be all cost effective meals.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
should be no
On a
more than
budget.
$30. Yeah,
Okay.
and it'll be nice meals. Nothing, no meatloaf and mashed potatoes, but something that you could make for a girl or something if you want to act like you can cook. You know,
That sounds dope.
simple like that.
Really nice. Where can we check it out?
So far it is on YouTube, and once quarantine is over, it will be posted on the YouTube channel, The Ranters Union, as well as Hungry Poets TV on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, yes. Make sure y'all check that out. I also wanted to ask you if you have maybe like, I would say two, if you can think of two pieces of advice, things that you've learned so far about your experience of podcasting, or comedy, or just being an entertainer, that you would pass on or share with somebody that's trying to get in that lane.
Um, get out of your head and stop doubting yourself. That's my first piece of
Mm,
advice. Get out of your head and stop doubting yourself, because the more you doubt yourself, the more you're not going to do it, and the more you're going to keep second guessing decisions that were probably amazing to begin with. Follow what
mm-hmm.
you feel, what you feel in your heart. So get out of your head and just don't doubt yourself. Do it. Second piece of advice would be stop looking for support from your family.
Mm.
Not to say this to be rude, but fuck them niggas. They're not gonna support you, baby. Strangers support you more than your family does. It'd be strangers that follow you and share your information. Your family's there, but if you don't make it in the
Yep.
first 6 months, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you still doing that?"
Yep.
Mm.
She ain't
So
lying.
just stop looking for
She
their
ain't
support
lying.
and do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, my thing is, when it comes to family, like if they're giving it to you, I'll take it. I
Yeah,
think, like, like constructive criticism, if it is constructive and beneficial, something I can use, I'm gonna take it. Um, I think that what you're saying is really important, though. Like, if I'm hearing you right, which is like a dependency, like don't
yeah.
like solely depend on just that, because it may not come. It definitely may not come from that source.
Mm-hmm.
Strong advice. Sort of like tough love.
Well
Um,
Yeah.
spoken.
hey y'all, for real.
Thank you.
Appreciate you sharing that. Nothing speaks better than experience. Do you, my dear, have another poem that you can share with us?
Ooh, so I feel like getting a little sexy because words kind of cute and stuff. So,
Hey, go and do
Let
your
me
thing.
know.
I'll be listening.
okay, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do
Okay.
this poem called. I wrote this poem for you.
For me? Oh no, you
Nah,
not
for
talking.
me,
I'm sorry.
you
I'm
stop
sorry.
trying to block.
You know what? My bad, bro. I need to
Trying to
cut that.
block my blessings,
Sometimes I just
yeah. Oh
the
my gosh.
mic is yours, my dear.
Yo, hilarious. Okay. Um, I wrote this poem for you. I wrote it because I think about the way you may kiss my lips. I I wrote this poem for you because I think about the way that you may caress my hips. I I wrote this poem for you. I wrote it because I think you can perfectly place your hand into my dip. I I wrote this poem for you to talk about how I think our parts perfectly fit. It says, once we meet, all I'll be thinking is how much I needed this tryst, this miss, this lust, because love doesn't exist, so let's just kiss. So I can leave a longing in your lips and a yearning in your loins so tight it'll turn your crease into a crisp and awaken things in me as well, but we won't go down that list, so I wrote this poem for you. I wrote it to talk
Mm.
about all the things that you may do. If I had balls, they'd be blue. Looking at you, like looking at you like Philip who, because you know how to screw. I'm feeling like Lander with the zoo, but maybe I'm not a zoo at all. Maybe I'm in the jungle, the mighty jungle, because your loving got me humble. I'm looking at
Mm.
you like rumble, young man, rumble, because this moment in the sheets can become more than a tumble. I want to throw you this ass and show me that you cannot fumble. So I wrote this poem
Ooh.
for you. I wrote it because you have earned a permanent space in my head, a deserving spot in my spank bank to rehash on a lonely night in bed. So I wrote this poem for you. I wrote it because I know that you will bring me complete satisfaction. From the moment that from the moment this happened, I knew this would be the caption. So I wrote this poem for you. I just wrote this poem for you.
Mm.
Hello?
Headpiece.
Yeah.
We here. I was
Ooh.
gonna, just gonna pause a little bit. That's all. Just a little
Yeah.
pause. Yeah, that's
Little
it.
water. Little water.
Okay. That was bad. But I liked it, man. That was dope. That was dope,
Thank you,
Mika.
thank you, thank you.
I
Yes,
liked it
yes.
too.
It's fire. And she's got more for us, so make sure you're sticking around, ladies and gentlemen. Now, my brother, you heard that piece, right?
Yes, I did.
And now, if it moves you to spit any particular type of piece, I can understand. Because
Alright.
that poem definitely moved me.
Yeah.
um, it's one of those pieces
Change the
that might
feeling
make
in
you
the
want to
room,
go in the
right?
catalog, go in your
Right.
catalog of poems and come out with something that's appropriate for the moment, for the atmosphere that has now been set.
Right.
Um, dope piece. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more. Definitely want to hear more from you, brother. Um, Tell me a little bit about the poetry scene. Just a little bit about the poetry scene in Newport, where you're at. What's that
In
like for you?
Newport News. So because I'm originally from here, but I left Newport News in 2010. I went to school, and ever since then, I've
Okay.
just lived in different states. So I'm just getting back now. But as
Okay.
from what I've known, just still being connected and things, Newport News, Virginia doesn't really have a big poetry scene. I do know that there were a few open mics, but it's not
Okay.
really big here because
Mhm.
Newport News, Hampton aren't really major cities. When I lived closer to Baltimore, they
Okay.
are like really big on slam poetry. Like I
Yeah.
met Black Chakra, so like
Uh huh.
they're big there.
Yeah.
Cleveland has a big scene. Raleigh, Durham, Fayetteville, they have big scenes. But where I'm
Mm.
at,
Mhm.
it's more music. It's more music and
Okay.
sports. You know, unfortunately, because of COVID, they're not really doing a lot of open
Yeah.
mics, there.
Right.
So hopefully, when it gets back, I'll be able to actually go and try to big up the scene here.
Indeed. I'm kind of in that same boat where I can't really wait a little bit to get out there and get back on the mic. I love a good open mic, free or not free.
Yes, yes.
Just to go out and do my thing. But one of the things, like we were saying earlier about you, is that you take your platform very seriously. I wanted to ask you, what is your definition of blackness?
Mm.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a wow. Okay,
Or do you
so
be revoking people's black card? Or
yeah, like that's the thing. That's what I
I
was
guess
about to
fortify it.
say.
Maybe you
That's what I
fortify
was
it.
about to say about blackness is that it's so broad to me that we, especially here in America, if you haven't been outside the country, you can be very narrow minded on your form of blackness, and a lot of times
Mhm.
we rely on the media to kind of tell us what black is. Perfect
Yeah.
example. A lot of times, if you're not from the hood and you just happen to grow up very privileged,
Yeah.
people look at you a type of way as if you're supposed to be broke, or if you know
Mhm.
your father, you just happen to have your father around and you know them, people can look at there like, dang, you must not be, like it could be. Um,
Okay. If you.
so when it comes to me, for just to answer your question, when it comes to my definition of blackness,
Mhm.
it really comes back to having a proud heritage, A
Mm.
pride in
Okay.
yourself and what your people have gone through, whether that was slavery or not, because not all of us were slaves at any, things like that. So I really just think
Mm-hmm.
it comes back to having pride in yourself, self
Mm.
preservation, your culture, and a love for your people that's undeniable,
Mm.
because other cultures have it for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that as long as you're comfortable with that, sexuality and religion and things, these aren't things that define blackness to me.
Okay. Okay.
Neither does your financial status. So
Okay.
you know
Huh. Hmm.
that's all.
Thank you. Appreciate that clear definition and distinction between what it is to you and what it's not also to you. Um, I think it's an important question for Black people to reflect on because, as you so eloquently put it, it's often something that is defined for Black people,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the perspective on it, um, even for a Black person to give their own definition and perspective on it, depends on where they are and where they're coming from. But I heard something in your definition, that um, stood out to me about love for your people. Um, I've asked this question to others, and they also usually mention pride. They usually mention heritage, self knowledge, self preservation, culture. Um, I think you're the first one to mention self preservation, um, which I think is very insightful in your definition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's an important question. I'm really glad that you broke it down. Um,
Okay.
I want to ask you a follow up to that.
Okay.
When did you come into your Black consciousness?
When did I come into my black consciousness?
Yes.
Um, I would say consciously, like when I noticed that there was something there. I would say
Hmm.
around
Hmm.
college. I
What were
was
those
in a
influences?
African American studies
Okay.
class, and
Okay.
that kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things and to be honest with you, it was already there. I asked
Okay.
questions a lot as a kid, but I
Okay.
was
Okay.
not. You still are under I guess more of a spell, if you will, indoctrination of education and
Yeah.
religion and things like that. But I've always had questions, and the spiritual guidance was always there. It just took that class for different things to start connecting and
Hmm.
move my spirit to go further than that, than the
Mm.
classroom and the research on my own and actually getting
Yeah.
the books and documentaries and different type of
Yeah.
music and things like
Yes.
that. So I would say around college was when I really started to say, okay, there's something
Mhm.
more than just what this classroom has been teaching me, and my mom
Mhm.
even knows, and my grandma knows, and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So,
And that I imagine just bleeds seamlessly into the type of poetry that you write, the type of things that you want to say and talk about.
absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
what might be two pieces of advice to spoken word artists who don't know that they got it in them um, to do like what you're doing? And I want to, if I could say that more succinctly, just to be able to see what you saw, embrace it,
Hmm.
and then the having the using the platform. Let's say we're using spoken word to get it out there. Um,
Hmm.
if you had two pieces of advice that you would share with somebody who's trying to get in that lane, and again, who might not know that they got it in them to do what you're doing.
Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So I'll try to make it short because I know with these things I can definitely talk. So I'll try to make it short.
Got the
So
jewel, the treasure chest. I know.
yes, yeah, like I try to make things sweet, simple, but I would say my first advice is that know that you are black man, black woman, you are without a date. They
Mm,
can't date you, they can only date themselves, which means
mm,
that you are forever will be the originator. You are not primitive, you are advanced. We
mm,
just under a spell. And with that being
mm,
said, there's nothing under the most high's, plane that we live on that can harm you from saying what you want to say, because you have an experience of being black here, and people
Mm,
have to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Because without you, they wouldn't be here. So your story
mm,
is their story, or what they could end up being if they don't listen to what we trying to tell them. You understand? So
mhm,
that would be my first advice. Just know that you are without a date, and you're special.
mhm,
My second
mhm.
piece of advice is comparison is a bitch, and that's something that I had to get used to myself, is not comparing myself to other people, other artists, where I want to go if they're
Yeah,
already there.
yeah.
And so sometimes take a break from social media, really just
Mm,
focus on yourself, because
mhm.
every time that you compare yourself to somebody else, you're
Solid.
honestly cutting yourself short, because you're looking at them right now, but they're steadily going up. So even when you're trying to get where they're at, they're going to be 10 steps ahead of you by the time. Try to get above that, like just do your own thing, and somebody's gonna
Yeah.
like it. So that would be my two pieces of advice.
Solid, solid.
That was some good advice.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank
yo.
you.
Love it. Really appreciate it. Guests tonight are dropping jewels from and speaking from experience. Really, really good information. Very inspiring. I love it and I appreciate it very much. So, words, do you have anything on your mind right now? Can you share something else with us, please?
Yes, yes. So I have a piece. It's called "Addicted." This is a piece that I definitely like to perform live,
Uh-huh.
only because I have like I guess a theatric, movements that kind of
On
go
into
with
it?
it and
Okay.
stuff. But you can still enjoy it. But it is called "Addicted." Give me a second, because it's kind of dated. It's one of the first poems that I did when I really started to get into poetry. So
All right. The
uh,
mic is yours.
thank you, thank you. So it's automatic. Your aromatic scent got me bent. The electric static between us was once high like green buds. But I know that I left you on Pluto where Eileen was, and now, just like Pluto, when it comes to our future universe, we no longer planet. So
Mm,
now our spaceship is drunken, sunken into the deepest trenches. Something like when veins meet syringes on park benches, you on my heroin. Our love was like heroin, flowed through my blood and bones down to my marrow, and shit.
Mm.
Now I'm having withdrawals worse than Ray Charles. Nails and skin meeting my fingernail claws. I'm sweating, thinking of you, to my hands, to my drawers. Damn it, I need you. I mean, why can't we fade away with no trial? Do you
mhm,
coat pain with cocaine through your nostril? I mean, really, I just want to see you jolly. I'll be your Molly when you're melancholy. Tell me, baby, what happens when your third eye burns? Astral
mhm.
project. If you're willing to learn, I'll be your Sherm, but don't neglect that our love is a cult. Don't let it halt. Don't eat my fucking heart out. I never gave you bath salt. Remember, remember when you fiend for me like crack is back, sucking glass dick, filling yourself with free base. I was your safe space, and in many rooms I ate your shrooms. You gave me psychedelic visions and dreams I only received when I entered your mothership. We were cool, calm, placid on acid. So I, I just need another hit. I mean, baby, I'm in the mood for you, my Quaalude. Remember lemons? We made lemonade. So tell me,
Mm.
if it's worth your bet, give me a Percocet and come back and work this set of this motion picture like the movie star you are. You'll be my Oxy, Foxy Brown, the only one that can hold this shaft down. So come back to me and be dope for me on dopamine. And when you lay next to me, you'll be in ecstasy. That's peace, in peace. Yeah.
Oh,
Loved it.
wow.
Nice
Yeah, I do
cadence,
it when I be
tempo.
live, man. The crazy
Yeah.
thing about it is when I be live, I be like scratching and twitching and stuff, and like, like I've seen people like on some of those drugs that I was mentioning, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I really try to put that into it. And
Yeah.
sometimes people actually be asking me like if I'm clean and stuff, and like how I've actually
Mhm.
had one person ask me like how long you been clean and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't do none of that stuff, man.
Yo,
Like,
that's
you know
funny.
what I'm saying? Like, most I might do is weed, but I don't do heroin and stuff. But I guess I
Hey,
sell it good
420
enough,
friendly.
so.
Oh man, I can hear those references, making me think about some of the imagery, like when you mentioned bath salt. Said something about eating your
Mhm.
heart out.
Yeah.
Like that's all. I remember when was it? Maybe a few years back.
Yeah, it
When
was
that
a
was
few
around,
years
a couple
back.
of videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some stuff with that. But I can imagine also picturing you performing this piece. I could see the twitching. I could see how it goes perfectly um,
Right.
with this piece. It's dope.
Thank you. Thank you.
It sounds dope as hell. Like that
Yeah,
was fire.
word
Thank
up.
you. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, man. If you ever get that, any video of that, just send me DM it straight to me. You'll, yeah, just let me see that.
All right,
Um,
no doubt, man. I got you.
word
Me
up.
as well. I would like to see that.
No
I
problem. No
think she does.
problem.
Yes, I think she absolutely does. Um, all right, so that's what's up. I appreciated that again. Hearing some more from these amazing, amazing artists, and hopefully we are going to be good on time, so we'll be able to hear some more from them. But it is about time
To
for
get
some
back into
more
this.
trivia. Yeah,
Something
it is
that words was
8 points,
getting.
Mika. Six
Mm-hmm.
points, words. And so this round now, it's going to be a combination of group questions and questions for you individually. And I'll let you
Mm.
know. Um, hopefully, I don't forget. I'll let you know which it is before I ask the question. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, please stick around. You're listening to the Pod Poets Lounge. Go subscribe on YouTube. More content is on the way. We have a lot of insight, kind of like tonight, inspiration. We have laughs that have been shared over the past 5 to 6 months, and we'll be working on getting that content uploaded. So subscribe on YouTube so you know when the content drops. We are joined. Did I say drops or drops? Um, I don't know. Uh, we are joined by the Blacknificent Words of Mensa and Mika J. Woods. They are hanging out here at the Pod Poets Lounge. I appreciate them so
Wait,
much. Wait,
I'm
hold up.
feeling some kind of way. You called him Blacknificent and then just said and Mika J. Woods. No,
This is
let
the
me.
wordplay here. I said the Blacknificent Words of Mensa and Mika J. Woods are hanging
Yeah,
out
but
with.
there was supposed to be a compliment before mine too, and the incomparable or something. You
Please.
know, like
The very funny Mika J. Woods.
That's funny.
All right.
Oh
So I think
man.
we are ready for round two of the game. Much of the same rules apply, with the exceptions of what I mentioned. Some questions are going to be for individuals, some will be group. Um, you can eliminate one of the incorrect choices if I'm asking you a single question, just for you. I'll give you a choice to eliminate um, one of the options. Does that sound good? I've never done that before. Is that too nice? Because it might
Yeah.
be.
I
I'm
don't
thinking,
uh, the way these questions have been set up, there
yeah.
is no such thing as too nice.
Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you. Quick response. So we'll fill it out and we'll see how that goes. So we're gonna start it off. Remember, our categories are movie, Patterson, 2016, an interesting film about a poet who's also a bus driver. Interesting is I use that word very loosely. Um,
Yes,
then
you
there
did.
is the stuff folder. The infamous stuff folder is back. IG Poet, Word Whiz, International, new category, and Poets Just Scrambling. I'm gonna leave it there. Actually, I'm gonna take it away. I want to save it for later on for you guys. I don't want to spoil you. You know what I mean.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and get started. This first question is going to be a group question. And let's start off with you, Mika. What category?
Patterson.
Patterson.
We're gonna knock
Mm-hmm.
these out. Like I'm trying to get rid of these
Patterson.
Patterson questions.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is a true or false Patterson question. We haven't had one of these yet. True or false? The word Patterson is actually a Scottish and Irish surname meaning father's son or son of Patrick. Is this true or false? You've got 10 seconds. This is a group question.
Shoot.
If I'm not Googling, I'm gonna say true.
I'm definitely going with true. It's Patterson. Like, I feel like Patter is Patrick
You feel
in
like
like a
the
little.
answer is right here in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I feel like that's how they say Patrick in Sky. Hey, Patter. You know, like
Right, right, right. You're
that was my
dead on.
leprechaun
I
voice.
couldn't
You
tell you.
know.
Oh, was it? Oh man.
I sound like a Jamaican leprechaun.
Really now? Ah, you're just making anything up. All right.
I'm telling you.
You words. You are up. What category for you?
Yes, I'm gonna go. I'll go with. I'll stick with Patterson. Let's stick with that.
All right. We are going through Patterson on a bus journey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question. The thumbnail image for the film Patterson shows the main character and the lead actress doing what? Were they A, laughing on a park bench, B, her stepping onto a city bus, C, the two lying in bed, or D, the two writing in a library? You've got 30 seconds on this.
Shit.
You know that image that they show, and then they got the title.
Yep,
And,
yep. I got you.
I'm gonna go with.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
I
with
want to
that.
say because I don't think did he
You
meet
would,
her on the
you would
bus?
think it was the bus thing because he a bus driver, but I don't know. Let's just say
I'm gonna say in bed because
C.
that's
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
going
that
with
part in the
C.
movie. I remember that part.
I'm going with C. Laying in bed.
He made it seem like lying in bed with her had to be the most magical thing in the world. I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe she had that wop. So I'm
Yep.
gonna go with C.
Macaroni in a pot.
all right. You guys are both correct.
Okay.
So I'm
Well
talking
done.
about.
Okay. This is going to be a single question for you, Meka. What category?
Ooh. Boom. All right. I'm gonna go with give me word whiz.
Word whiz. All right. What type of structure can be called an edifice? What type of structure can be called an edifice? Is it A, my wife's pocketbook filled with hand sanitizer and spare masks? Is it B, Eric Crow Draven's car? Or is it C, the president's ego? Or is it D, an open mic venue? What type of structure can be called
Edifice.
an edifice? You have 10 seconds.
First, I thought you said Oedipus, like Oedipus Rex. Then I was thinking like the movie Mummy, where it was like a Menaphus, and then you ain't say nothing about Egypt or nothing. So.
I want to say president's ego.
Okay, it's a good guess. The answer is open mic venue for this one.
Now let me look up edifice.
It's
That's
a
crazy.
relatively medium to large size building type
Oh,
structure.
damn, it's a building. I'm like, I feel like it means something big. That's why I was like, I'm gonna go with.
That's a good word to remember, though.
Yeah.
Oh, edifice.
Speaking of words, you're up. And this is just for you, sir. What category
Okay.
for you?
All right, let's go with the word whiz.
Okay, you've got it.
Don't give him an easy one now. You didn't give me something. That's a word that I have never heard before.
All right, I'll take that into consideration. Question is, what is not a synonym for Zwieback? Is it A, a rusk? Is it B, a cracker? Is it C, a croissant? Or is it D, a biscotti? Which of these
Wow.
is not a synonym? You've got 10
This is
seconds.
why back. That's not a synonym. Okay, so
I'm gonna give
cracker,
you 30.
croissant, biscotti is all type of bread. You can dip it in stuff and things. So I'm gonna go with rusk. And that is not
Which
a
one was
synonym.
that?
Rusk. A.
Rusk?
Yes.
Final answer.
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, not.
Ah, come on. What?
It
All
was
of them
croissant,
things.
right?
It is croissant, but he was
Yes.
thinking.
What?
I liked how he was thinking: a rusk or a cracker, made by baking a small loaf and then toasting slices until they are dry and crisp. A
Only
Zwieback
reason I know
is a
that is
lot
because
like
Zwieback is
one of
baby
those.
food.
Oh
Zwieback is baby
wow.
food. That's what you give to a baby to suck on. It's the I know that because that's what it says on the package.
So
That's
Zwieback.
croissant.
wild.
I like how he was thinking though. You're definitely thinking right. Croissant, soft, not as hard, dry. That was a good one. Did you like that
That
Yes.
was
question?
a good one. That
Yes,
was a
I
good
like
one.
that. I
All
like
right.
that.
So here's another group question for the both of you here.
Okay.
Mika, you're up for a category.
I'm up for a category. Let's see. I'm gonna go IG poet. We haven't done that one, right?
No, we have not.
Okay.
So I need you to tell me right now. We're gonna test your IG poet knowledge. So these are questions formulated around poets, poets posts, poetry events, etc., that are from Instagram. So which Instagram poet said this? I cried
Bruh.
today. Tears rolled down the sides of my face. They were welcomed like a sweet embrace. Who said those fine words? Was it A, the mass poet? Was it B, poetic boy underscore D? Or was it C, Zulmi the poet? Or was it D, Will Allen poetry? I
Uh,
cried today. This is for the group. Tears
Hmm.
rolled down the sides of my
Will is a
face.
very passionate poet. Poetic Boy D. He
I'll
talks
give
about some
you
other
30
shit.
seconds.
I'm going through a whole conundrum over here.
I'm gonna go with Zalumbi. Zalumbi, the
Yeah, that's
poet.
what I was thinking. Zulmi the poet.
Yeah.
Zulmi. Uh,
Zumi.
Are you both settling on that answer?
yeah. When in
Yes.
C?
doubt, go with C. Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, this one is A, the
The mass
masked
poet. And
poet.
I thought
Will
about it too, because I'm like, the mass poet never shows their face. So if they're talking about crying, it might be a moment. Like,
Okay, you would have got it.
yeah, but I'm like, nah, I didn't see that post yet. So, see,
Wow.
damn it.
Words. Words, you are up.
Hey man, I don't even want to pick nothing. I've been doing so bad with this. Okay. Let's try to give me some. Give me some. Let's go with. Can we do the scramble words again? I want my rematch with that.
Let me
You feeling
see what
lucky,
we
huh?
got.
Yes.
No, we can't. I took
Wow.
it off.
Okay.
I took it off the board. Let me also real quick open up the phone line in case anyone wants to call with any questions. All right, so sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
Another
Let's pick the
category.
stuff folder. Do you have any more with that?
Yeah, we sure
Uh,
do.
yeah, you
Oh
did kind of
yes.
good with the stuff folder.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see how good you do with this one. All right. Oddly enough, Detroit Vineyards is a winery, B, a clothing store, C, a gated community, or D, the location where the WAP video was shot.
Wow.
I'm going to give you 30
Dang.
seconds.
I'm gonna go with
Uh,
a winery,
I
just
feel
cause.
I feel like that's too easy though. Like that would be the like thing to go to, but I don't want to be wrong and be like you idiot. You should have just that's what it
I
is.
feel like it would be a cool ass name for a clothing store, but it would
It
also be dumb
would.
as shit because
12
people like
seconds.
me would have Googled it and showed up like,
I'm gonna
like, oh
say
y'all
it's
ain't
where
got
the
no
WAP
liquor.
video was. I'm gonna say it's where the WAP video was. Fuck it. Let's see. I
Okay.
know it was
You've
computer
locked in
generated, so
at D.
you know.
Okay. And Mika, I didn't hear your answer.
I'm gonna go with A.
You're going to go with A. Okay.
Keep it simple. Kiss it.
Congratulations, Mika. It is a
Oh,
winery.
that's
I'm
exact.
so.
I knew it, yo. I said, I should have just
Sometimes
picked
it's just right there. You just.
right.
That was
Uh,
one of the ones that was really just right there.
right, yo.
Not all his questions are trick questions.
Not all.
That's how he's getting me.
All right, Mika, it is your time to select the category for us.
Word whiz.
Word whiz. Hello there. After, not before, after erotic poetry and mud wrestling, you might want a blank before bed. Is it A, detent? Is it B, distill? Is it C, disembark? Or is it D, deterge? Which of these is the correct answer? You've got 30 seconds. After
Mm,
erotic poetry and mud wrestling, you might want to blank before bed.
mm,
20 seconds. Is it A, detent? Is it B, distill? Is it C, disembark? Or is it D, deterge? What is
deterge.
the correct answer?
Um.
Time up.
All right, you go first. Words.
I'm gonna say deterge, cause just because mud wrestling deterge sounds like detergent. So
That's what I was going with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with D. It sounds like detergent.
So you're both locked in at D.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're just gonna come together on this one.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're correct.
Okay.
You got it.
Finally.
Nicely done. Awesome,
Finally.
awesome job. Um, okay, so words category from you, sir.
Yep, yep. Let's do it. So we're gonna
This is gonna be
do.
just for you.
Oh, this is gonna be just for
Ooh.
me. All right.
Mm.
Let's do the stuff folder. I've been getting good with that. Let's do
All
the stuff
right,
folder.
let's head on over there. This is a true or false one. There's a company out there, and the question is about this company.
Okay.
You Break, I Fix is a company that offers workshops and editing services for new first time authors and self publishers struggling with writing. Is this true or false?
That is false.
And you are correct.
Sound like a
Yes.
phone company.
Yeah, they fix computers and tablets and phones and stuff like that.
Ah,
Nicely done.
that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, that just came out of nowhere and the man knew it. Okay, Mika, you are up.
I'm gonna
Category
go
for
with
you.
I'm gonna go with the stuff folder because word whiz was getting hard. Um,
Okay, fair enough. Smart girl. Okay, the company this is an Instagram company. This is their handle. Uh, at I'm so expressive does what exactly? Is it A, they curate local talent shows? Or is it B, they offer custom embroidery? Or is it C, they conduct weekly writing workshops? Or is it D, professional dog walking service?
I'm gonna go with B.
You're gonna go with B? You're gonna go with B? You're
Yep.
correct. It
All
is
right.
B.
That's good.
Got that
Yeah.
one nice. She's like, all right, you get that point. All right. Words. Category for you.
Yep, my category. I'm gonna go with word whiz as
You're
well.
moving along here. Okay. Word whiz. All right, we got a few more in this category. The question is, what word would you use for a complete collection of poetry? Is it A, a specimen, B, corpus, C, fragment, or D, moiety?
Mmm. Mmm. I've never heard of some of those. I've heard of. I've never heard of some of those.
Okay.
Uh, I'm gonna go with corpus.
And you're going to go with correct.
Haha.
Nicely done. Okay, y'all are not playing once again, and I
He
appreciate
trying to
this.
catch up. He trying to catch
Right.
up.
I'm
I see
trying to.
him.
I'm
Yes,
trying.
he is because it looks like he's got 11 points, and you have 13
Oh,
points.
2 steps ahead, 2 steps behind
Folks,
every
it is a
time.
close game. So we're gonna pause for just a second. I had some more questions for y'all to learn a little bit more about you. So let me see. I also have like some rapid fire questions where you can answer them like as quickly as you can for me. I got that coming up. In fact, let's do that right now. We're gonna start with you, Words. Are you
Okay.
ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Do you prefer writing or typing?
Writing.
You can only be uh, in one place. Is it going to be the stage or the page?
Ooh, that's a good one. The stage.
Mm. Why?
I like being in front of people. I like
Okay,
performing in
okay.
front of people, seeing their reaction, getting the vibe and stuff.
Got you. Definitely can't get that from the words. I feel you. Um, Favorite thing about a free open mic?
Favorite thing about a free open mic,
Yeah.
um, oh, you probably get individuals that's not necessarily into poetry either, and you can inspire
Uh-huh.
them.
Mm, nice answer. What is your worst thing about a free open mic?
You get some people that's not into poetry and they don't respect it.
Okay. Solid, solid. Yes, indeed. Facts. Can you stop doing poetry?
No.
All right, you didn't second guess that at all. Okay. Endless love or endless justice for you at this stage of your life, brother?
Oh, gosh, that's a hard one. Dang, I want to say endless justice. I want to say endless justice. Yeah.
Oh, broke
Okay.
my poor little heart.
I know. I wanted to say love, but I was thinking like, oh man, that's a hard one. I'm thinking about Breonna Taylor and all these. I'm like, we love them, but they need justice. Like,
They
Indeed,
do. They do.
indeed. The collective needs justice.
yes,
In many respects. All right. How do you prepare for a live performance?
good one. Practice my piece. Look in the
Mhm.
mirror. No music. I don't
Mm,
smoke. Before performance, I don't drink.
okay.
Nothing like that. Just be
Okay.
in my head by
Sober.
myself.
Clear headed.
Mhm.
Okay. What's been, and you can answer this one as best as you can. What's been one of your, what has been your biggest challenge in life?
In life,
In life.
biggest challenge in life. Confidence off of the stage, like outside of
Mm.
poetry. When I'm in my poetry and my artist
Hmm.
bag, I got the most confidence in the world. But like if just me and stuff, I'm very shy. So it's definitely second guess myself a little bit. So like that would
Hmm.
probably be one of the things right there.
Okay. All right. That ends the rapid fire questions for you. Do you have a piece that you could share with us?
Yes, I do. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to think which one I want to do.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's nice when you have a
Okay.
catalog.
Yeah, right, right. I'm just trying to think like which would be a little better. So, okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna do this one. So this one, it's what I consider one of my dark pieces. And
Okay.
now, before I get started, I'm not. This isn't anything that I personally subscribe to. I don't do any, what you're about to hear and stuff. So don't think I subscribe to that. But it's essentially a piece um, about some of the homies that I know and how they
Hmm.
view
Hmm.
life, how they view getting what they want, how they view heaven, and things like that. And
Okay.
afterwards, if you need me to kind of explain, which I'm, not sure if you will, but if you need me to kind of elaborate on what I'm talking about, I'll give a deeper elaboration on that. But this
Okay.
piece is called Hood Occultics. That's what it's
Hood
called. So you can kind of
occultics.
see it in the title where I'm going with this.
All right. Mike is yours, bro.
Thank you. Thank you. So there's a church on every corner, surrounded by wicked shit. I wake up to service bells that rang through the neighborhood, but hell, it's Sunday. So let the church say amen, for we're worshiping Ra in the form of man. The pastor say, let the choir and band rise in the stand for worship and praise. The only white king in a deck full of spicks and spades, but when you're caught in the crosshairs of the apocalypse and the pile eclipse, who can save you from those zombies outside? Because for most of us, the only way we view the assumed heaven in the sky is that quick high. That's why I take my painkillers and my cough syrup with Sprite. I can't afford pharmacy, so on this project farm, I seek hood sorcery in the form of witch doctors to mix my potions. They give me protection and direction in exchange for my confession. I'm talking mind, body,
Mm,
soul, because I need purification, but I also need loot. So I bet
mm,
gentrification won't mute the split root. These figurine idols will never hide but guide me while I shoot. Any angel with a halo, I say fuck righteous. I still ain't digest the beef from last week. I wear these
mm,
diamond encrusted fangs because I ain't gonna lie, most of my niggas is vampires. We only hungry for your energy and bloodthirsty. I'm talking clean shoes, but our soul is dirty. We blind. All we hear is the call of the mall. We stay hellfire lit, fly by night, but when the light hit, we fall like that shit. So the only jewels that I wear is gemstone crystals to, manifest my intentions. Cause my superstitions got me blessing clip extensions and smoke a Buddha incense for the instances when the big homie say, hey nigga, get ready for the night. Under the full moonlight, we like a car full of crypt keepers, like a crypt creeping on a blood sacrifice. We about to ante up, but we get answered when we get involved in necromancy, huh? But don't get
Mm.
scared, because I gotta speak to the dead homies. They the only people that truly know me. The same devils that told me how the evils make meals. Had me saying fuck treat thrills. For the right bill, I do God's will. I'd rather dish out spells with my rhythmic mic skills than to pitch out
mm,
and sell niggas prescriptive night quills. So no, I
mm,
don't give a fuck how bad it get. If I was a rapper, probably take pictures, one eye open, holding the Baphomet. How mad I get. I give my
mm,
soul to these streets. So if this street sign is a shrine, this trap house is an altar of mine. Don't tell me what I alter. I offer cheap death that cost a lifeline, but I will offer you if you ever come off the mine. I'm the GOAT.
mm,
Me, me, me. I'm the Holy Trinity in my house. So fuck a Holy Ghost. I get my spirits from a 40 ounce. As long as her ass bounce, that's enough to give my life forth to any Lilith that licketh on the succubus that succumb to sucking the sacred secretions from my scrotum. So
Mm.
I'll give her a totem. Because if she's Satan, then I drape her in satin. But if she the devil, I know she like wearing Prada. So
mm,
she can step into my penthouse pentagram in a red bottom, snack a red bottom, and we can both be on one accord on this alpha beta Ouija board. I don't care. Because I'm talking
mm,
inverted Jesus piece, inverted cross, where my cult is here. So you can have my soul there or there. But I'm just trying to be a God like you and get a piece of my heaven here and live in
mm.
Nirvana. And that's it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
man.
that's my that's my dark when I perform that. People be looking a little crazy and stuff. Like, look, man, I ain't into that that stuff, but I try to relate it back to how how some of my homies feel when they get when they lose faith, in
Yeah,
a higher power, and their
yeah,
God becomes money or fame
right.
or women or so that's kind of
Yes,
what I related back to, and things like that. So that's all.
You
indeed.
mentioned one of my favorite movies, The Devil Wears Prada.
Ah,
Mm, yeah, I
yeah.
caught that in there too.
Thank y'all. Though. I appreciate it.
It's bad, man. I like the creativity. I kind of like when poets explore their writing from a different person's perspective, and not
Right.
just stick to all that they know. And one of the reasons is that when you even sometimes you can tell somebody's story and they don't even realize that you're
Hmm.
telling their story, and the fact that you're telling their story and they're hearing their story can be something for them,
Right.
an opportunity to like self reflect, even though they didn't will it that way, it just happened. So I can only imagine that maybe some of the people that you've written that based off of hear certain elements in there, and they have no choice but to kind of think about themselves. Um,
Yes,
I know
yes, of
for me,
course.
I love when
I,
poetry does that for me. Make me
Yeah.
reflect.
I do it
Mhm.
for a lot of people, man. I be having, some of the hustlers and the dope boys and stuff, and they especially like the part where I talk about the trap house being a shrine and the street sign
Mm,
being an altar, because they
mhm,
understand that. They like, sure,
mhm.
I don't go to church, but I'm there
Yeah,
every day, just like as if I'm, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
they
And you
definitely
said
understand it, you know.
you said if she's
Mhm,
Satan, you'll drip her in satin. I was like, oh,
mm,
okay,
mhm.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, I really
going
appreciate where
after
you went
that
with
bitch,
that.
huh? That.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Listen, folks, if you're just tuning in, make sure you follow these artists. That was a little something from Words of Mensa, and right here, Mika J. Woods. She got a little something for us. Now, Mika, you often state that the pen is the closest thing to your heart, and the
Yes,
stage is your first true love. What
yes,
What do
that
you
is
mean
so
by
true.
that?
So, growing up, I was a talkative child. So, because I talked, I was inquisitive. I wanted to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was often told to shut the hell up. So, I, so I began to express my emotions through my
Hmm.
writing. You know, I kept a journal as a kid and I would put everything
Yeah.
rather than telling my mom everything, I would write everything down. And then that became poetry. So, the pen was the closest thing to my
Okay.
heart. The
Okay.
You would know what was going on in,
Yeah.
you know, in
Gotcha.
my head and in my heart if you read what was going on. And the
Mhm.
stage being my first true love, I knew from 3, 4 years old that I wanted to be a performer. I used to put
Okay.
on shows for my family at the
Oh, dope.
holiday. Like I was that kid that's like, all right, guys,
My cousins
everybody
used to do
sit
that too.
down. It's showtime. I got some show tunes and a Christmas carol that I want to sing.
Yes, yes.
And so,
Sit down, let's go. My little
yeah.
cousins used to do the same thing. Yeah, that's just beautiful, very nostalgic. Um, I have a couple quick fire questions for you. And we'll
All
start with
right.
this one. How does Mika define poetry?
Mm. Poetry is poetry is the truest form of artwork to me
Mm,
because poetry is not always words that you write. Poetry can be
mhm,
a song, a melody that's played, and
mhm.
that can be their form of poetry. So poetry to me is the truest form of art. It's the expression of what your heart is really saying.
Beautifully said. Do you have a favorite poem?
Ooh, a favorite poem. Um, Honestly, one of my favorite poems. It's kind of cliche, but it really is. It's "Roses Are Red." About no, let me stop playing. No, my favorite poem is cliche. It's by Langston Hughes, "A Dream
Yeah.
Deferred." I think of it
Ah,
often as I pursue my dreams of being on stage and going after what I want because I don't want
yeah.
my dream to shrivel up like a raisin in the sun.
Yes, yes. Hmm. Yeah. Langston Hughes was the featured poet in the From the Grave series in the Ink magazine. For those that are listening and want to check that out, we have a Pod Poets trivia that was designed specifically around Langston Hughes. So, for those who don't know much about him, it's a great fun way to play and learn a little bit about an amazing individual. I can see why his poem, that poem, is a favorite of yours. Can you also tell me, and you, I was going to ask you why, but I think you explained it quite clearly. I couldn't agree more um, about being able to live your dream. What's one of your favorite ways to get into the mode for writing?
For writing, if I'm gonna keep it true, I,
Yeah, keep it real.
I roll a joint, pour
Okay.
myself a glass of wine.
Yes.
I have a writing crystal.
Okay.
It's for the throat chakra, and
Hmm.
yeah, so I take that out and I hold that, And
Okay.
I'm a romantic writer. Like I dim the lights
Okay.
because I tell
Yeah.
you I'm writing what's on my heart. So I dim the
Yeah.
lights in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I have my soft jazz playing. It's usually some like Christian Scott,
Okay.
and I'm in my mood. You know, I'm in my mode, and I'm writing,
Gotcha.
and I'm probably crying and whatever else.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Um, how do you prepare for a live performance?
Oh, for a live performance. So I have I have two different ways to prepare. Like right before I leave my house, I
Mhm.
am in soft music mode.
Okay.
I'm quiet. I'm going over my work in my head. Music helps me
Mm,
concentrate. So I
got you.
use the music to help me focus, and I'm going over
Yeah.
the work in my head, doing makeup because I'm me. My mama raised a diva. And and then once I leave my house, it's like straight up turn up music. It's all usually like empowering music. Beyonce,
Something to lift you up.
it's Janelle Monáe,
Ah, yep.
it's I'm not gonna lie, it's Rick Ross. He's
Mhm.
my alarm. I have him set for my alarm every day to wake up. I'm sorry, not Rick Ross, Meek Mills. A specific
Okay.
part to his song. Scared money don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'ma take. You wake up to that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be ready to go.
I'm ready to sell drugs, but unfortunately, I teach special education. Uh,
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Also, I'm gonna ask you to share one of your live performances. The next ones that you have with me, please, if you will.
okay,
That's
so
doable.
this piece, I'm a piggyback off of what my guy Words said. In his piece, he talked about being with women and laying with women and making poor decisions. Am I correct, Words?
Yep, I
Words.
muted it.
I
Sorry
would
about
say it
that.
was
Yes, but yes, you are
along that.
correct.
Okay, so this one is called "Shoot First."
Mm, Mike is yours.
Okay. Damn, I thought you were it. Strong, sexy, fun, and truly lit, and you were just a bit just into your life I couldn't fit. And that hurt like a catch with no mitt, or when you bite into the peach and hit the pit. But man, I thought you were the shit. You had the dick that wouldn't quit, and when you wanted it, I knew I had to pop my ass like a zit. Boy, the sex was magnificent. I couldn't live without it, kid. But now I got something that I gotta rid. You shot first and didn't ask questions, period. Got me looking at you like, dude, are you serious? I'm sitting
Hmm,
here furious. I feel so delirious, calling my homegirls, repeating what you said, like, girl, are you hearing this?
hmm,
This man was so far from mysterious. I don't know if you get the gist, but I thought he was as transparent as clearing mist, but there was something that he
mm,
did, something that I missed. Something yearning in my womb each time we kiss. A
mm,
buildup that would happen each time we tryst. Growing daily like a cyst. I don't know it yet, but I'm about to be pissed. But for you, I was just another on the list.
mm,
Because you shoot first and then ask questions with the twist. 10 seconds after you burst, it's, I don't think we're ready for kids. So
mm,
pardon my squirts, but I don't want this. I wanted you to quench my thirst, but what's in your womb is not my biz, so just get rid of it. Because I always shoot first. Don't blame the kid. I guess I'm somewhat of a pig. Maybe you should have found out before you let me hit. Because you
mm,
about to be real lonely as you do this bed. Yo, but
mm,
thanks for the lesson. Next time, I wear a lid. Because I'm always going to shoot first. No questions. You dig? So I
mm,
say to you, sir, whom to which I was no more than a simple girl, but you liked the way I dipped and twirled, so you were happy to get all up in my swirl. But you could
mm,
care
mm,
less for my plans to save the world because you shoot first, no questions asked. Shooting up the club and this blast came too fast. Swole feet, ankles, and belly is now in my forecast, and I'm not mad. I'm just embarrassed because
mm,
I'm now repeating the past. For I never wanted to be the reiteration of my generation's last. And when I say this, I don't mean to be crass, but the errors of my elders are so vast. And now that I'm holding the key to my future, I realize I'm no more than a product of my past. And this is what happens when you shoot first, no questions asked.
mm.
And peace.
That's heavy.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one has some weight to it. Loved it though. Definitely. Very
Oh,
honest.
I know y'all heard my ambulance in the background. I live in Brooklyn.
It wouldn't be the first time there's been a little bit of ambulance emergency, something like that happening. The very first show that happened actually. Um, that was a dope piece, man. That was.
Thank you.
What you think, words?
I thought it was beautiful because I
Mm,
felt that even as a man, you know.
mm-hmm. For real,
Mm.
very
That
real.
that definitely piggybacked off of your piece because once a man loses faith, he starts to make poor decisions and
Very
with
much
no
so.
care of who else that's going to affect.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right. That's
Can go both
correct.
ways.
That's why I said I got that. Like I felt it.
Yeah, nice. I love it. I love it. Dope, dope guests have joined me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about we got a few minutes left, but we have enough time for round three to get a few questions in and announce a winner. So, are we ready for that?
Let's get it.
We know who the winner is.
All right. So
I'm just
let's start
saying.
this one with a category from Words of Mensa. Category, sir.
Yes, we're gonna go with is there any more in international poet?
Yes, there is. Here we go. Which IG poet hosts an open mic from Nigeria live on Instagram called
Hot dog.
the Weekend Vibe Open Mic? Is it A, Music Note? Is it B, Marianne Peterson .336? Or is it C, S Jade Summer Jade? Or is it D, Ishola the Poet? Which Instagram poet? This is for both of you.
I'm gonna go with Marianne Peterson.
I'm going to
Okay.
go with D. Ishola the poet.
Oh,
Okay.
Ishola does sound like
You know?
it
See?
does.
Don't
It
it?
does.
Where
Ishola sound like I know there's an African comedian named Ishola, so
so
Uh,
have we
and
settled
I know
here?
Music
Word.
Note.
I'm gonna
That's
go.
my
I'm gonna go
homegirl.
with hers. I'm gonna go with
Nah,
D.
hold
I'm
on, you
switching.
can't switch
I'm
now.
switching. I'm switching.
You was with Marianne Peterson.
Yeah.
It's okay. Is it okay, Mika? You gonna let him switch?
You know what? It's okay. It's
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
Very nice. Very thoughtful. Hello. See, poets can get along. I don't know what they talking about.
Who said we can't get along?
I don't know, man. It just sounded like the thing to say just now. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Next category from you, Mika, and it's gonna be for both of you to answer.
I'm going to go with Patterson.
Okay. Let's head back over to the. Oh, why don't we take a little bus ride? Let's put it that way. Why don't we take a little bus ride?
A little bus
What?
ride to Patterson.
Yeah. Boop boop. We're pulling up. Question: what type of pet does the main character have?
Shit.
And the word "per" in the chat is a typo. That should be a T. What
Mhm.
type of pet? Is it A, a dog? Is it B, a cat? Is it C, a koala? Or is it D, a lizard? What type of pet does our main character have?
Mm,
Shit.
I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds on this and then one more question after this.
I'm gonna go with
And I'm
a
going to take it
cat.
from the.
I'm gonna go with a dog.
I say
Okay.
cat.
He a little white boy from New Jersey. I feel like he got a dog.
Well, Mika,
Bah!
you are correct.
What in the world, man? I just have the worst luck.
Bow, bow, bow. Ooh, I'm getting an Amber Alert.
Okay, so one more question. But before we get right into that, I'm going to tally the scores. We are at 15 points for Mika,
Hootie hoot.
and
Mm-hmm.
we are at 12 points. I would say it's still a close game, especially when the last category is going to be the words. The
Ooh, all right. You
poets
said you wanted to redeem
scramble
yourself.
for words. So here we go. I'm going to give you this word, and I need you to tell me how many 5 letter words you can create. So
Five
again,
letter.
This better be a long word.
I'm going
Yeah.
to put it in the chat, let it sit for 15 seconds. You can look at it. You can look at it, look at it a little longer until 15 seconds is up. Then I'm going to put 60 seconds on the clock for you to start texting what those words are that you've come up with. I need a space or a comma between them. And then at the end of the 60 seconds, you hit send and we count and we tally and we will be declaring a winner. If you didn't know, we will be declaring a winner. I really hope so. I really hope that whatever happens now, they do not tie. I really, really do.
No.
It's 9 o'clock and the show's supposed to end. This show is all right. So here we go. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. UNDULATING. The word
What?
is undulating.
Wow. And you
Undulating.
said
I need
five
you
letter.
to create as many 5 letter words as you can.
Ooh.
15 seconds starts now.
Mm,
15 seconds is going to be in my head.
okay. Um, gosh.
5 seconds. Okay, time's up. Time's up. Time's up. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop thinking. Stop all that thinking that you were doing just now. Okay, so y'all ready now? Start get the thumbs working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. 60 seconds starts now. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. 40 seconds left. If only I could be the person that she thinks of at night, I would make everything right.
They all have to be 5 letters?
Yes. Doo-doo, doo-doo. 10 seconds.
Mm.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Think of at night. Even though Mika messed me up.
Oh
Okay,
crap.
time's up. You hear the noise. Come on, people. Stop
Damn.
Damn.
it.
Damn.
All right. We've got
I
2
had
words.
mine doesn't work because there's no E.
All right.
That
So we
was a
got
hard one, though.
It was. It was.
so we do have 2
Yeah.
from Mika. Giant is 1. Yep. And Gland is 1. Yep. So that puts her at 17. And okay. So she wins.
Yes, she wins.
She is the winner. Give it up for her.
Hey,
Congratulations. Very, very well played game by both contestants. Give it up for yourselves, both of you. Words of Mensa. Clap it up.
Thank you.
up.
Thank you.
I had an absolute blast. I appreciate y'all playing along, and it was a close game. 12 points versus 17 points. And so, as you can see, with this, especially with this last game, things can change rather quickly. But it was really, really well played. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for sticking around these few extra minutes. I really, really appreciate it. Man, did you guys have fun? Did you guys?
Yes,
Yeah.
I had a good time.
This is
I
a lot
really
of fun.
appreciate it. This is the first podcast I've been on, so or one
Oh,
of
all
the
right.
first, I would
Oh,
say.
dope.
All right, that's what's up. I'm very happy to hear that. I was the first podcast that you've been on, and that the experience was a positive one, brother. I think it's going to be the first of many as you continue to shine, spread your message, to be yourself on your journey as you grow as a spoken word artist, man, as a human being. Keep rocking on. Thank you guys so much. I want to do a quick recap. We talked about quite a few things. We learned more about these fellow poets and some poets that are around the world through the game. We definitely had some fun celebrating some amazing, amazing people tonight with Words of Mensa and Meka J. Woods. So everyone, wherever you tuned in from, thank you so much for hanging out. As always, I hope that you had a fun time. $ Nakwa Poetry is where you can donate to support this platform. If you are interested in being a guest, or if you want to promote your brand, you can email the podpoetslounge@gmail.com, and you can listen whenever and wherever you pick your podcast, or you can just vibe live right here for our next show, where it'll be more word, power, and sound at the Pod Poets Lounge. I want to thank our special guests one more time for coming through. They were amazing. Such a beautiful vibe. Before we go, is there any other piece of information that you would like to share with the listeners?
Follow me on IG.
Yeah, where to find you? Anything?
Follow me on IG, Facebook, Instagram. I said IG. Find me anywhere. You can Google me, Meka J. Woods, Meka J. Woods.
Yes, she's out there. And you guys can also I'm following her, and we'll be posting your content, Meka, on the platform, on the Pop Post Lounge page. So we will keep your work in people's faces, all up in their face.
Yes, thank you.
And it's Meka_J_Woods on IG. So make sure y'all check her out. And when is your show air? The Hungry Poets TV.
The Hungry Poets. Once we can get back into the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're opening New York, so.
Okay, so all right, we'll stay posted for that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And Words of Mensa. Anything else you'd like to share, brother?
Yep. You can follow me on Instagram at Words of Mensa. And yeah, just keep shining your light and change the world for the better. That's all.
Indeed. Very well said. I appreciate you guys once again. Thank you so much. Another shout out to our special guests for coming through. It was a true pleasure having you each on the show, evidenced by the smile on my face. Stay safe, stay positive, have a good night, and take good care, y'all. Peace.
You too.
Peace.
Thank you.
Yeah.
September 10th, catch the next episode of the Pod Poets Lounge, spoken word and poetry game show. You can listen live every other Saturday from 7 to 9 Eastern Time. Join the fun celebrating these word, power, souls. Congratulations to our winner, the gifted Meka J. Woods. Great game with some awesome guests. Get in on the fun. Play the Pod Poets trivia game. Read the poems from our winners and catch up on it all with the Ink magazine. Subscribe on YouTube. And remember, you don't need the Podbean app to vibe live, so don't miss an episode. Find us where you get your podcasts and click the link to tune in and light up your Saturday night right like cow.